Hey, I got a really important question for you. Alright, sit down and listen to me. Y'all like Super Monkey Ball? I know I do. The classic Super Monkey Ball duology is fantastic. Even if I'm not super good at them beyond expert mode, they are still games I enjoy because of how unbelievably fun they are. The rules are simple. This is a monkey. They're in a ball. You have to get the monkey to the goal, and they somehow still have the ability to breathe without any holes punched into the ball. That's pretty much the whole gameplay loop of Super Monkey Ball. It's a very, very simple one, but it's so addicting. And the levels start off basic enough until they get crazier, and crazier, and crazier. Behind its simple and silly exterior, Super Monkey Ball is a rewarding and challenging game that makes you feel so good after going through such a difficult level. I can't forget the party games either. Monkey Bowling, Monkey Racing, and the iconic Monkey Target are a really fun time and are a neat change of pace from the chaos the main game has. Playing these games casually is great, but have you seen what the speedrunning community are capable of? The skips and strats these guys pull are insane, and you should absolutely commend them for it. And we all know 1 and 2 are classics because Sega also remade them through Banana Mania. And while the physics changes spark discussion on whether they are the definitive way to play the games, Banana Mania is still a game that is undoubtedly made with love, and yes, it absolutely thrashes Angry Birds Reloaded in terms of remake quality. But if any Monkey Ball fan knows, after 1 and 2, the series entered a strange period. Most of the games since then ranged from mediocre gimmicky titles to cataclysmic failures like Monkey Ball Adventure and Monkey Ball 3D. Reasons like this is why, in my opinion, there are only 5 good Monkey Ball games. Those being Super Monkey Ball, Super Monkey Ball 2, Super Monkey Ball Touch and Roll, which is basically just what I loved in the GameCube games, just in the DS, Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania, and Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz.
What? What the fuck?
Yeah, contrary to a lot of fans, but I actually really like Banana Blitz. Yeah, I know this game isn't really for everyone, and it has done a lot of questionable changes to the formula, but I don't know, man, I really like this game. There's no way in hell it's better than any of its predecessors, but if you look at it for what it is, you'll probably see where I'm coming from. And that's why this little video exists, explaining why I personally love Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. And good timing too, because we are finally getting a brand new Monkey Ball game for the Nintendo Switch. Before I start though, I just want to clarify that I will be playing the remaster because, I'd rather have normal controls instead of swinging my arm like a psycho. And I know the remaster is less party games, but come on, 10 decent ones are honestly better than 50 unbearably mediocre ones, let's be real. And yeah, I also know that some of the visuals of the OG game has been a little bastardized, but again, I prefer the controls over the Wii version, so that's what I'm sticking with for this video. Alright, enough waffling from me, time to get into the reasons why I think Banana Blitz is pretty good. Well, great. Looks like the entire fanbase are at my door and it feels like they're gonna break it down because I like a game most people don't like, so I gotta be quick.
The story here is that Ai and his buds found the elusive golden bananas, but the evil Captain Krabbichin, or is it Nicolissa, I don't know, pick a name and stick with it, Monkey Boy, steals the golden bananas, so you gotta get them back. Yeah, the story isn't as batshit insane as 2's was, and there's barely anything to talk about on that department, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase with the gameplay, so... Let's start off with the structure. What I like about this game is that it sort of goes back to the linear groundwork of the first game, which I personally prefer. I mean, I really like Monkey Ball 2, but sometimes the levels are just... that, so it was pretty good to see Banana Blitz go back to this kind of level design. Another thing this game brought to the table is the feature that haunts even the most dedicated of Monkey Ball fans. A jump button. There's a reason for this though. Despite it having the similar linear style Monkey Ball 1 had, it is not the same game. Banana Blitz is less of a puzzle labyrinth physics game and is more of a platformer. And the levels are pretty good too. People say they aren't really memorable compared to the first 2 games, but honestly I disagree. If you look at them from a platformer's point of view, I'd say they're pretty good. They have a really nice flow and feel to them. Not all of them are perfect, and more on that later, but most of the levels here are pretty good. Another thing that makes this game different from the classics is that each monkey now has their own stats. Ai is the all-rounder, Gon is the heaviest, yet can plow through bumpers with ease. Doctor is the worst jumper out of them all, but is super fast. And Yan has the best jump of them all, but is the most bounciest. Back in the classic games, all the monkeys had universal stats, so Banana Blitz did a really interesting job on making them feel all different. Certain monkeys can even help you reach areas you weren't able to reach previously, like that one level in the sand world. There's this one hole in the pyramid, but Ai cannot get through it, and especially Gon can't get through it. I mean, fucking look at him. But since Baby and Yan are the smallest monkeys, they can enter the hole and find a bunch of bananas hidden inside.
My only problems with the levels is that they're a bit too simple and they could do with a lot more things going on, but they're still fun enough to make this game feel different from its predecessors. You know what else is different? The music. Holy shit, they did not need to go this hard in the music department for a game about apes and spheres, but they did. As divisive as this game is, a lot of people still agree that it is one of the best Monkey Ball soundtracks. Here are some examples. For some reason, the remaster got rid of all the music, probably due to copyright issues, but they used the Wii music from the announcement trailer, so it's very confusing to understand what really happened to them. But still, the Wii soundtrack is definitely the most underrated soundtrack I have ever heard. All the music in this game is incredible, so boot up YouTube and make love to it or something. Another thing this game brings to the table is boss fights. I know, boss fights in Monkey Ball sounds like Dark Souls having an easy mode, but hear me out, bros. I think the bosses are pretty cool. Not every single one of them hits. The World 2 boss is kinda dookie, but all the bosses have something unique to offer. Most of them are simple arenas with varied attacks that rely more on patience instead of going straight forward, but there is this one dinosaur robot one, and that's my favorite boss in the game. It's honestly a great blend of traditional Monkey Ball gameplay, but instead of a goal, it's a big pink baton. If all of the bosses were like that, then I would say all of them are winners. Balls, the fanbase is growing more and more irritated, so I gotta be faster.
I talk about the party games, but like I said, there's kind of a reason why they've been slashed in the remaster. They aren't bad, but they're just kind of mid. I feel like that just because it was a Wii launch title, they kind of had the need to force in a bunch of gimmicky, mediocre minigames just for the sake of showcasing the Wii's motion controls, but at the time there was better games that were doing a much better job at that. I wouldn't have such an issue with them if they were fun, but they aren't fun. They're kind of poo-poo. Oh, not to mention there's 50 of them? 50! At least the 10 minigames in the remaster are pretty decent, but goddamn, they messed up my boy Monkey Target once again. How could you do this to me? Oh yeah, the last two worlds you will lock in the game after you hit Captain Crabshin's bum bum. World 9 is probably my favorite world in the game. In a way, they remind me of the classic Monkey Ball games. They are very, very well designed. It's not as difficult, but it's still a pretty challenging time. I'd say the same thing about World 10, but I can't. I just kinda can't. World 10 is hard. Like, unfairly hard. 10-3 specifically can go die in a hole. That level made me scream louder than some adult arguing with children in VR chat. Doing this world without any continues is a pain. But still, I managed to do all the worlds without any continues, so I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm an absolute masochist. Before I close this quick little video off, I just want to mention some of the cooler things this remaster brought to the table despite its flaws. Number one, for some reason this is exclusive to the Steam version, but if you type in either of these three words in the character select screen, the ball completely changes shape and makes the game way goofier than it should be. It's a really funny addition. Number two, the level designs have changed a little bit. The guardrails are still present, but those little platforms that had rails are now completely replaced with solid platforms, and they kind of make the game harder, so I like that. Number three, you can change costumes, but unfortunately because of possible budgetary reasons at the time, they are directly ripped models from Super Monkey Ball 3D. Same problem persists with Banana Mania unfortunately, but if you want to play as Doctor who transmitted his soul into a robotic body so he can live forever, you can do that. Number four, you can play as Sonic. That's all I really have to say. I just really like that. So yeah, that's just a quick little video on my opinion about a Monkey Ball game that everyone seems to hate, yet I like. Now, again, it's okay to not like this game. It's fine to play Monkey Ball for the puzzle-style gameplay, and this game just wasn't what you were looking for. And this video solely doesn't exist to change your opinion, but goddamn, the hate for it really, really confuses me. I mean, there's worse Monkey Ball games out there, all I'm saying. Overall, Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz is pretty good. While it has a lot of flaws, the uniqueness of the gameplay and level design and the fun bosses make for an incredibly fun game. It's not for everyone, but I love it for what it is, man. I loved it as a kid and I still love it now.